My name is Sarah Sweeney from Troop 8066, and I will be performing Annie Sullivan's monologue from Act 2 of The Miracle Worker by William Gibson, and Hamlet's monologue from Act 3, Scene 4 of Hamlet by William Shakespeare. The asylum? I grew up in such an asylum. The state almshouse. Rats. Why, my brother Jimmy and I used to play with the rats because we didn't have toys. Maybe you'd like to know what Helen will find there. Not on visiting days? One ward was full of the old women, crippled, blind, most of them dying. But even if what they had was catching, there was nowhere else to move them, and that's where they put us. There were younger ones across the hall, prostitutes mostly, with TB and epileptic fits, and a couple of the kind who keep after the other girls, especially the young ones. And some insane. Some just had the DTs. The youngest were in another ward. Two of babies they didn't want. They started at 13, 14. They leave after, but the babies stayed, and we played with them too, even though most of them were covered all over in sores from diseases you're not supposed to talk about. But not many of them lived. The first year we had 80. 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was the dead house, where they kept the bodies until they could dig the graves. No, it made me strong. But I don't think you need send Helen there. She's strong enough. No, I have no conditions, Captain Keller. Look here upon this picture and on this, a counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars, to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination and a form, indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the hating in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment. What devil was't that thus hath cozened you at hood and blind? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling stands all, or but a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh, shame! Where is thy blush? Rebellious hell. If thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, to flaming youth let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame when the compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.